Chapter 4, Lesson 30 is a lesson on a refresher on how to do long division of polynomials that you learned back in Algebra 2. I'm going to show you how to do long division. If you'd like me to show you how to do synthetic division, which works with some problems and not all of them, I can go through that with you as well. All right, when you go to do long division with polynomials, it's similar to if you just wanted to divide 127 divided by 5. The process is still the same. You figure out how many times this goes into the first terms that you have there. So 5 would go into 12 2 times. Then you take that and you multiply those together. Then you subtract the 2 lines, which gives you 2. Bring the next term down. How many times does 5 go into that, which would be 5? Multiply, subtract. And then you get a remainder. And the way that you write your remainder, sometimes we write R2, or we write it as the remainder over what you divided by. So that would be 25 and 2/5. To do division of polynomials, we're going to do the same idea. So I am going to find out how many times does the first term here go into the first term here. So another way to look at that is, what is r squared divided by r? Well, r squared divided by r is just r. So I would then take and write that up here. Now, just like when I did the long division before, I am going to take this term, I'm going to multiply it to both of these, and I'm going to write it underneath. So r times r is r squared. R times 5r is 5r. Oops, bad r, sorry. I am then going to take that line and I'm going to subtract it. So r squared minus r squared, 0. 6r minus 5r is 1r. And then after I do the division, just like I did with the long division, I'm going to bring down the next terms. So that would be plus 15. Then I'm going to repeat first term divided by first term. So r divided by r would be 1, and it'd be positive 1, so I'm going to put a plus 1. Multiply the 1 to the r's, or the 1 to the r plus 5, excuse me. So 1 times r is r. 1 times 5 is 5. Take the 2 lines and subtract them. R minus r, 0. 15 minus 5 would be 10. So 10 would be my remainder. So then I would write that as plus 10 over what I divided by, which would be r plus 5. So your answer would be r plus 1 plus 10 over r plus 5. So you always write it as quotient plus the remainder divided by the divisor, which is what you divided by. Let me show you one more example. So m to the third minus 20 divided by m to the third. So one thing that we didn't talk about in the previous problem because it wasn't an issue is, what if you have missing pieces? Meaning, when you work your way down in a polynomial, typically we go from, say, x to the fourth down to x to the third, down to x squared, and so on until you get to your number at the end. Well, what if one of those or more of those is missing? So if I go from m to the third down to my 20, negative 20, I don't have an m squared and I don't have an m. And for your long division, you want to put placeholders in for those spots. So I put zeros in. So 0m squared and 0m. Process for this is the same. I'm going to do first term divided by first term. So m to the third divided by m is m squared. Write that at the top. Multiply that to both of these terms. Subtract the 2 lines, and then bring the next term down. So m to the third minus m to the third is 0. 0 minus negative 3 would be positive 3. Bring the next term down. Repeat. First term divided by first term. 3m squared divided by m would be 3m. Don't feel like you have to necessarily write these to the side. Some people like to write them there. Some people don't. It's entirely up to you. So plus 3m. Multiply the 3m to both of those terms. Write them below. So 3m times m, 3m squared. 3m times negative 3, negative 9m. Subtract the two lines. 3 minus 3 is 0. 0 minus negative 9 is positive 9. Bring the next term down, so bring the negative 20 down. First term divided by first term. So that'd be plus 9. 9 times m is 9m. 9 times negative 3 is negative 27. Subtract. 9 minus 9 is 0. Negative 20 minus negative 27 would be positive 7. So I'm going to have a remainder of 7. So my answer would be m squared plus 3m plus 9 plus the 7 over the m minus 3. And that's a little refresher on long division of polynomials. So that would be lesson 30 from unit 4. Let me know if you have any questions.